You are the front. We roll.
Explicit content.
Come find me. I'll hit you with a potion, man. All we do is grind.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's your morning cup of tea.
Oh, don't tell me what, tell me who. And
Yep.
Brain Jerk fellas, pillars of the community. I'm honored to be here,
Yep.
but
They're the Wu-Tang Clan as shit gets deep.
Their actual superpower is something called the synchronicity wave.
Oh, man.
you know, I'm not the moral police.
Right.
Like, do your thing.
Yeah.
Just we're going to be doing this over here, and we're going to be learning and educating so we can pass it on down the line.
And use your ability to feel the turn of the universe to really understand and empathize with your fellow man to improve their day just a little bit.
It's the Branger era. Welcome to the Branger era. Welcome to
the brain jerk era. Oops, I forgot to click the button. What's up? Good morning, jerk offs. What's
Good
up?
morning, my lords.
Good to see you guys. What's up, CSL? Good morning. Good morning, Kristen. We'll be seeing you later. We'll be seeing her and Chris Daly and Zach Daly and the whole Only Noise
Party night, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
We're going to Dayton. It's a 3-hour drive for us.
Damn.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
be-
gonna go down that way this weekend. They're having a international open drone thing going on down there. It's like one of the biggest drone meetups in the United States or whatever. Down at the AMA headquarters, Muncie, Indiana.
Oh, shit.
Indiana?
Muncie, Indiana.
You going?
No, it's too much. I ain't going down just to hang out and whatnot. It's just too much of a drive. Gas is too much just to go down there and hang out for a day and come back.
Yep.
Fuck, man.
I can dig that.
I can dig it.
If I was going down and planning on being there for the whole week or something, like, because it's like 5 days that they've got it going on or whatever, if I was going to be down there for the whole thing, it'd be worth it. But
What is it?
It's about to be lit. She's driving down right now.
What-
And
what-
what are we talking about? We're talking about the Only Noise Summer Party. Baby.
Bill Banner.
That's a beautiful banner.
It's happening today. If you can get
No,
down to
it's Bill
Dayton, get
Banner.
there.
Mr.
We
Banner.
got a stellar lineup. Trash Dog, Monroe's own Trash Dog, and Zach Daly are going to be performing,
Ooh,
among many, many others.
Kill the chat banner for us.
kill the chat banner.
There you go.
Boom. It's going to be beautiful. Zach just released a song today that he's performing. Released a song, today
Yep.
that he's performing tonight. It's available on all platforms. Go check out Zach Daly right now.
Long
Apparently,
gone.
He just released a new song.
Son of a biscuit, dude.
And I'm gonna be honest, I've heard a couple of his songs and I enjoy them.
I enjoy him a lot.
I enjoy them for sure.
Got my key in the ignition, gonna switch.
It was fun watching the shootout and the challenge to build up to this big thing. Watching all these guys compete against each other every week and whatnot, you know. It was
Just
like hours of just songs going back and forth, you know.
Yeah.
New music. So many different styles and everything out there.
And they
Yeah,
all
and
deserve a
wasn't-
spot.
Yeah,
It was a
wasn't
battle.
That wasn't even who everybody that's gonna be there. That was the winner got the open spot.
Yeah,
so
right.
you ain't even heard who was gonna actually be there yet.
Jeez. Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
No, we
there's a
didn't.
ton of people. If you
Not
kept
during-
if you
not
kept
during
up
that-
with the show, you do.
Tournament, you didn't.
Yeah.
You would know that if you watched.
Man, dude, I can't wait to shower. Try to wake up.
When's the last time you showered? A month ago?
Yesterday. About 2 months.
Yeah, I figured.
I like to build up the
Figured by the
cheese.
crust above your lip, it was about 2 months.
That's not crust. It's shitty mustache. Leave it alone.
So, hey, I seen
Good morning,
remember when we were
JC.
doing those surprise boxes, those boxes like Bark Box and
Yeah.
I pulled up a video of you and the kids doing the candy one, and you were being a dick, and I said, hey, I got rid of the bark box where you did super shitty at. I said, I got rid of the bark box, and you told me you were going to do 100%. And you said, oh, okay. I said, I'll bring that bark box back right now.
No.
I'll release it. But you had like the dirtiest mustache of life at that point in time.
I have the dirtiest mustache of all time, dude.
You do. You really
when it
do.
grows in thick, like all this is blonde, I look like Hitler. Dude, it's terrible. It's a bad time. In that little animation you made, dude, I'm totally Hitler, bro.
You definitely have the Hitler mustache.
It's bullshit, bro.
I don't know what that's called other than the Hitler.
That's it, dude.
I can't grow that part.
Yeah, apparently that's all I can grow. So if me and you fucking combined mustaches, we'd have a mean one.
Good morning, Blind Neil.
I don't even know how I look without a mustache anymore. Been so damn long.
I look like a
It's been
child
going
when I
for 3
shave.
years. This is almost 3 years, so and this goes with it. So yeah.
Yeah, it just keeps going. You got the Fu Manchu. You can have a mean ass Fu Manchu.
Dude,
if
he
you cut the
could
middle out.
if he just got rid of this part.
Cut the dark out so it's all gray.
And then you would have to speak like, you would have to be fluent in Mandarin or something.
Ni hao ma.
Yeah. Oh fuck, that dude has a Fu Manchu. He's a white man. Yeah.
I really said real words though.
So did I. They were my words.
Ni hao ma.
What is
That's
that?
how they sound too. They always sound like this when they talk. Ni hao
Yeah.
ma chi chi.
Real high pitched.
Yeah.
Ni hao. What's up, Earth Creeper?
Earth
like
Creeper, what's going on?
Good
Good
morning.
to see you. I'm gonna get to this spot real quick, and then we're gonna jump into Secret Saturday.
Secret Saturday?
We got a real cool story about the warrior
Over
princess
here,
of
over there.
Mongolia.
That's a good one, man.
By Village Pizza Company. Using quality ingredients and homemade dough, their pizza is prepared with care. Their goal is to properly serve their community a simple yet delicious pizza with a smile. Go visit villagepizzammaybe.com for more information. KMK Creations specializes in personalized tumblers, rolling trays, vinyl t-shirts, and sweatshirts. Message KMK Creations on Facebook and let's make something for you. Welcome to the friendliest place in town. Little Brown Jug was established in 1977, offering great food and excellent service, and continue to carry on this proud tradition to this day. To this day! Come and see why they call them the friendliest place in town. Visit littlebrownjugmaybe.com for more information. We'll see you there. Taste of features restaurants, not just their food, but also their history and culture. Go visit the Taste Of group on Facebook for more. Nerdy Designs, Toledo, Ohio's premier design studio. They've been crafting beautiful websites, launching stunning brands, and making clients happy since 2007 with their prestigious craftsmanship, remarkable client care, and passion for design. To find out.
Hey, buddy. Blind Neil says, I have summer whiskers. Some are here, some are there.
Summer
I thought
whiskers?
T-Ruff was supposed to be practicing his lip sync.
No.
Hey,
failed.
you know what's going on this week? So today we got the summer party, right?
We got ready tomorrow.
Tomorrow is ready to hit hot fire.
Yeah.
And then Monday is free. Tuesday is free. Actually, Monday is not free. Monday is a new podcast we're starting with Ann Craig of Flashback, and she's going to be interviewing business owners, coaches, just diving deep into the business aspect of and the like what drives them to be coaches or business owners.
Business building part.
Business,
of it.
yep.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're really striving for, is to build businesses local.
If
Then
you're trying to
Tuesday-
do something yourself, you should really go tune into that.
Yes, for sure. Tuesday's free. Wednesday is Daddy's birthday, baby. Wednesday's my birthday. And then it's also
Wait,
Murder
hi, huh?
Mystery. We're having the first day of Murder Mystery. Then the 9th is Murder Mystery again.
Number 2.
Dos. And then I feel like we're doing something Friday.
Shit,
But
dude. I'll pull up the shit right now.
Fails. It's out of my mind right now. I can't remember. But Saturday is the open air market here in Monroe, and we'll be live from outside of Amaya's.
Adri's graduation is next
There
Friday.
you go. I knew there was something important Friday.
You got like 10 or 11 days or so, and I'll probably be like showing up on the show like almost every morning for months.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I
what
don't
I
have
like to
shit else
hear.
going on. I'll be sitting here like this with a fucking arm all locked up.
In a sling. We're busy all the way up until this whole month is like super fucking jam-packed busy.
But that being said, that means I don't have anything to like concern myself here with, so I might be able to get some traveling in the next month or so here too.
Oh,
Woo.
I would love it.
Hop on that bad motor scooter and
I
ride
won't be able to
all
ride the bike, dude. I got 10 days of riding left.
Yeah,
And then
he's
it's
not going to be
probably
able to
done
ride
for
that
the season.
scooter. He's going into have Tommy John surgery.
Tommy John?
Yep.
What is that?
Shoulder.
Well, why do you call it Tommy John, though?
Because that's what baseball players have. They have Tommy John. Tommy John surgery. The very first surgery that was done like that was on a baseball player named, guess what?
Tommy John?
Woo! You're so smart, baby.
Why did he have 2 first names as his full name, man? That's stupid.
Oh, it's beautiful outside here, JC. How is it? I mean, obviously it's nice enough for you to be sitting out there, but
It's pretty nice outside.
good morning, Gromies.
Bromies,
Good
homies.
morning, good morning.
Oh.
So, Tyler Daniel Rupp.
Tyler Daniel Rupp.
Tyler Daniel Rupskin.
Rupp. Yep.
Let's get into this a little bit.
Okay,
We don't
I
have to
gotta.
tell the full story yet, but we can definitely get into it.
It's a long story, so I
Yep.
can start. Today we're going to be talking about Kudalin or Kudalin or Kudalin Khan. Kudalin
Yep.
Khan is what they. There's a lot of different names. I'm pretty sure I butchered it in
Kudalin.
how the.
It's
how
Kudalin Khan. She's the Mongolian warrior princess.
She is daughter to Kadu Khan, and Kadu Khan was a great grandson of Genghis Khan, and so she would be the great great granddaughter of Genghis Khan. And out of 14 sons that he had, his Kadu's favorite child was this warrior princess. Okay, when she was growing up, she was a tomboy. She was a very beautiful, very tall woman, very strong, but she loved to get into the wrestling and learning how to ride horses and all the things a warrior would do. You know, they teach their kids at a fucking, like, before 5 how to start riding horses and shooting bows and stuff like that. The Mongolian Empire was the largest empire in the history of humanity. She was a tomboy growing up. She loved wrestling. Now they kind of wrestled. It was like stand up arm wrestling. The person that fell down first lost. So it was kind of like sumo wrestling, but a little bit more intense. And she was training to be a warrior wrestling. She said any man that can beat me in wrestling could marry her. This was like her life story. They would dress in their nicest fabrics and wrestle because people from all around the world showed up to watch the fights. They would show up at the big giant palace that they had, and they would have a big old fight room, just like WWE it would be, dude. They're coming out in their nicest wares and shit. So, she was I want to keep going. Hold on. Yeah, okay. So, if any man could beat her, she was undefeated. She was undefeated in wrestling. Nobody could beat her. No man, no nothing. She was too strong, too everything. The buy-in for her father was trying to get her married off because that's what princesses do. They somebody brings 1,000 men and 1,000 horses and says, "Hey, I'm gonna pledge these men to you. Give me your princess daughter, and I'll have her marry my son, and then we'll be a team." So Kadu let her be the choice, like let her choose her husband because she was so good at wrestling, good at all the warriors, everything. She was a dog, dude. She was better than men. The buy-in was 100 horses, and if they lost, they left the horses. Horses in the Mongolian Empire was huge because these were like the first people that really trained on horses, and they were leagues above everybody. When they would come in with more horses, dude, they would fucking kill everybody because they were taught to train to when the horse jumps and gets all of his feet off of the fucking ground while he's running. That's when they release their bows. They were taught that since they were 5, dude. So 100 men showed up for this wrestling tournament. They all brought 100 horses. She acquired more than 10,000 horses for her father.
So basically, the deal was she got her father's permission to say she got to pick her suitor, and she chose that the way that it would be done would that whoever could beat her in wrestling could marry her.
Yep.
But in order to enter this contest, you had to give 100 horses. You lose those 100 horses. You win, you get her.
Period.
She acquired
10,000 horses and still no husband.
And by the way, those 10,000 horses made the Mongolian Empire even scarier, even more feared. People were bowing to them. They were saying, "Hey, we're going to commit war with you." And they were like, "You know what? You win."
What's up,
It was like the United States having all the big weapons and whatnot. You know what I mean?
So it was tanks, basically tanks. They were on, the horses. They had them so good. Okay, in 1280, 1280. That's the year. The Prince of King Palmer showed up with 1,000 horses. He was a young, strapping, very good-looking man. He was very wealthy. The two empires coming together would be huge for the Mongolians. Hold on. Wait. Oh, okay. This was the.
I love his brains. The dialogue, the monologue we get from his brain when he's lost.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah. Yeah, hold on, because I lost myself in the thing. I wrote a lot for this one. It's like a paragraph. It's fucking me up. Okay. The prince showed up with 1,000 horses. He was good looking, very wealthy. They grew the biggest pool of community coming in. Like, they had fucking thousands and thousands of people to watch this fight because this was the one she was going to use. This dude was a brute, right? The parents liked the guy so much, and that would have been the guy that they would have picked for her because, he was a good warrior, all this stuff. The parents told Kudaloon to throw the match, and she replied, "I would never lose on purpose for any amount of money. It's against her own self. She had too much self-love for her to throw a match because she was so mighty." It was her longest match because what they wrote about, it was the longest match because she thought about throwing it. She thought about being, getting down. But she won. She won, and instead of the crowd cheering, they were mad as hell because that was the one. It would have been good. They got 1,000 horses, though, so it's all good after all, The rumors, after this, the rumors started spreading around about her that she was having an ancestral affair with her father. That's why her father wouldn't let her get married. No, she was a warrior and a princess. This is for JCT. She was a warrior and a princess at once. She would... The rumor spread about her because what princess would want to be a single virgin for forever? Modern day rumors are she was a lesbian, she was asexual, or she was even transgender. That's all what they're thinking of now talking about her. She never got married, so that means she was undefeated.
That's not true.
She never got married.
She did get married.
She never got married.
Yes, she did. I'm reading it right now.
Telling you, she never got married.
To protect her father from bad rumors, she decided to get married.
It's not what I read. Well, she never got married. She wanted to be her. She was who she wanted to be her whole life, a warrior. Because if you're married, you're not allowed to go to war. You're not allowed to be a warrior if you're a woman. She was lighter than most men, and her horse skills were so far advanced that Marco Polo described her as a hawk on the battlefield, taking enemies, riding in on the horse, taking enemies, picking them off their feet, and dragging them to the other side, to capturing these motherfuckers in the middle of war. Yeah, she was delivering on the other side of the war. I got
two
another
paragraphs
page.
saying she got married over here.
She didn't. Her dad felt that she was the best warrior.
According to the sources, it says she eventually got married. The texts do not name the groom. To push the princess to take the plunge, she was influenced by rumors circulating by her enemies who claimed she had incestual relationship with her father, hence the decision not to marry. To protect him from these rumors, she decided to get married. There are various hypotheses about the identity of the husband. Some chronicle reports that it was a handsome man of Koros and one of her father's loyalists. Historian says instead Kulotan fell in love with Ghazan, the Khan of a different fucking place in Persia.
This ain't True or False Friday, and that's false.
No, I don't believe you.
Her dad felt that she was the best warrior in his entire army.
Sources?
She was even giving a silver medallion called the Gurgi. It's the modern day equivalent to becoming a decorated general. She's the only Mongolian woman to ever achieve that goal. In 1301, King Kadu was dying, and his dying wish was for Kudulan to take over. He had 14 sons, and she was the best heir to his throne, he said. That was against...
How many daughters did he have? It said 14 sons, and then it talks about her, but it doesn't talk about any other sisters.
None of the other daughters mattered.
Well, that's why I was just curious how many he actually had, because that boy was... You think about 14 boys, one daughter, that's 15... I thought I was a busy man.
The greatest historians only wrote 4 pages total about her story. Marco Polo wrote 2, and another guy wrote 2 pages, but it was about the whole Mongolian Empire.
And by the way, she did not succeed her father.
She didn't. Because in 1301, that's when he was dying, and he died, and then she died 6 years later.
Well, that's not why.
Kaidu was going to break the Mongolian way by anointing his daughter to be the new Khan of the Mongolian Empire. 1306, Catalan was killed. She was actually murdered. She had a big, giant entourage of some of the best warriors in the Mongolian Empire. So they thought that she was murdered by her own people because there was a big power struggle or something, and it was, yeah. Two historians briefly
what
wrote.
Happened was her brothers. They didn't want her to be the Khan. They wanted the Khan, right? So that's what happened.
That's over there.
In reality, it was a compromise between her brother and her. He would have the Khan, and she would remain the general.
Yep.
And then 6 years later, she was murdered by. It says it by a hitman from rival clan or her own family.
Yep.
They don't exactly know.
2 historians briefly wrote about her in the history of the Mongolian Empire. But the Mongolians and Chinese knew of her the ones that knew her, they spread word about her, and the word got distorted over the years. So it came to she was a princess that would make that would give three riddles to her suitors, her potential suitors, and if they answered them wrong, they died and they couldn't marry her. Yeah, the Mongolians and the Chinese only knew of her and passed it along by word of mouth. It got distorted over the years, everything. It was disgusting.
Here's a quote from Marco Polo. It says, Kublai Khan was so well made in all her limbs, so tall and strongly built, that she might almost be taken for a giantess.
A giant,
and
yep.
that she was so strong that there was no younger man in the whole kingdom who could overcome her, but she vanquished them all. That's from Marco Polo himself.
She could pick up men, and that was when he was writing about she was the hawk of the battlefield.
She was no match for Mongolian knights, and she was gorgeous.
Yep. And she was lighter than them. She would ride the horse a lot faster. She would be the first one into battle. She would pick these motherfuckers off their feet and bring them over to the other side. She would kidnap generals. She would kidnap leaders. She would kidnap all of them and just bring them right over.
The great granddaughter of Genghis Khan.
Yep. Potentially in Mongolian culture, the best warrior that they had, period. And these motherfuckers, like I said, before 5 years old, were already learning how to. This was a war culture. They were learning how to war at 4 years old.
To do right.
Yeah,
their whole life was trained.
And she was the fucking best. But they said that because the Khans. The Khans at that time would have entourages of the most beautiful women that they would sleep with, and that's how they would have so much babies. That she had to be beautiful. She was tall and beautiful. She would have been a modern day supermodel, they said.
So they said their wrestling, it was extremely violent, and it involved punches, kicks, and other direct hits.
Yeah. That's all I have on her.
Strength and ability in archery, horse riding, and battle, therefore made her a fearsome warrior.
Yep. And she got the highest rank in the army, and that no woman has ever achieved that. Yeah. Yes, no one can overcome her. Nobody ever did that. She was a virgin warrior princess, they said. That's all I have on her. It's real brief. She gets very briefly talked about, and a lot of the rumors.
Hey, I want to go back to the beginning of this conversation when you said, "Oh yeah, there's a lot here," and then you just said, "Oh yeah, it's real brief. Not a lot."
Real brief. There was a lot. There was a lot to the story, but that's it. And everything is rumor.
4 pages, bro.
There's only 4 pages on her. I mean, that was pretty much the 4 pages, and it was all
a lifetime in 4 pages. Josh, see how much shit you get done.
Yeah. And she fucking that was it, because the Mongolian Empire was so vast that they little to none, to nobody. She never was Khan.
I love this line. It says, "Forget Mulan, meet Kublai Khan."
Yep.
A real life warrior princess, not a folk tale.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Was feared. If you seen her riding, you were scared to death. These people were scared shitless, bro.
She doesn't sound like much of a secret, though. Just saying. She's
been rumored since the 1300s. It's been word of mouth.
It was so short that they're just basically a rumor, because really it never got around, huh?
Yeah. But just rumor, yeah, just all that bullshit. And now, modern times, they still talk about her and they're like, "Oh yeah, she was a transgender."
You got to think about it, though. I mean, she was the tallest, the strongest, but she was also the lightest.
Yeah.
That's kind of sketchy, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's a giant.
Muscle mass is some fucking weight, bro.
She's a giant, but she's fucking larger than everyone else.
It might be a rumor. this could be true. True.
That's like saying, dude, she was the size of T-Rup, but she on that horse, she was Josh's size.
Yeah.
But wait a minute.
He was 98 pounds soaking wet on that horse.
That's what they said, dude.
That's a big bitch.
That's what I'm saying. Some of it does sound like it's a rumor type thing, you know what I mean? That's why I was like, what's the secret part, though?
Smogo is small town. There's so much information here. 10 seconds later, story's over.
I know. We didn't even fill up 8 minutes.
There is. That took fucking 20.
It did. It took about 15 minutes.
That's because T had to keep finding out where he was in the story.
Yeah, and then
One
he was
time.
he's trying to be one of those independent fact checkers and try to tell me that she didn't get married.
They're all rumors.
The 45-second dispute whether she got married or not. And 2 minutes of fill-in from Josh reading his two paragraphs.
This is a cool story. There's a shit ton of information out there.
Well,
But it's just,
you got to look at more than 2 YouTube videos.
right.
Oh, I didn't. I watched like
He
6 YouTube videos and a
He just
couple
wanted
of
to give you
articles.
the basics, let you go search it down the rest
Yeah,
of the way.
exactly. Yep.
They all
You don't have
say
a full
something
day to
different.
Tell you about it. You know, we've only got an hour show here. You know, we got other things to do.
If you want to learn more, go fucking look it up yourself.
Yeah, you can find that shit on the internet.
Hey, are you ready for this spot in the Earth Dweller?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is he?
Back
Yeah, he is.
Crafts. In 2019, a single mother rented a booth at a large craft and antique mall, focusing on selling retro and handmade decor items. After having her youngest, she moved back to her hometown of Monroe, Michigan, wanting to help build up her community by opening a retail store and still being able to provide business coaching to other small businesses. Now, 3 years and 2 stores later, we are expanding and growing with our Flashback family, with more vendors and more events. Go check them out at flashbackantiqueandcrafts.com for more information. Mugsy's Sports Grill and Bar. Mugsy's is the best sports bar and restaurant in Monroe, Michigan. Mugsy serves up piping hot pizza, wings, ribs, burgers, and more. Mugsy's is the place in Monroe to go to for the big game or race on Sundays. Be sure to bring the whole family. Go check out MugsySportsBar.com for more information. Monroe Sport Center. We are a family-operated business that is here for customers' every demand. We have a fully stocked snack bar and also connected to one of the hottest bars in Monroe. Go check out BowlMSC.com for more information. Ruthless Pro Wrestling, RPW, is the rising independent professional wrestling promotion out of the Midwest, featuring hard-hitting and high-flying action and a reputation in the high-stakes world of deathmatch wrestling from today's hottest talent. Go check out RuthlessPro.com for some
More info. Hang on real quick before you hit that. I want to point out something. In the beginning of Light It Up, in the very beginning, T-Rup would just sit there and fucking roast the shit out of me all day. And then at some point, I started roasting him back, and really, legit, I cannot stop. As soon as I see something, it's like, I can't hold it back anymore.
It's love.
So, that being said, let's get it.
You're not missing nothing, T-Rock.
of the day. Dweller of the day. This is the Earth Dweller of the day. Today, see what's walking on this crawling on this earth.
Okay.
What the Earth Dweller of the day? What?
We might be there.
This is the Mongolian death worm. This thing would get 2 to 5 feet long, red color. Looked, it was called the intestine worm. I'm gonna see what they fucking said it, because they called it the Ogly-Corkle, which means translated into intestine worm. Got about 2 to 5 feet long. It lived in the most sandy, desolate parts of the Gobi Desert. In the harsh wilderness of the Gobi Desert, a meter-long, acid-spitting, and electrocution, it can electrify you from a distance away too. and it specifically hunts humans and camels. It's a warm-blooded creature in the shape of a sausage without noticeable eyes, nose, or mouth. The Mongols called it Ugly Kohorli. Yeah, whatever. The worm can kill you from a distance by spewing a corrosive yellow saliva and generating an electric charge through the sand.
Looks like the Stranger Things monster, Kristen says, and Night Train says this is what the movie Tremors was about. That's truth.
That's pretty, it was.
They were just giant form.
If you look up the Mongolian death worm and try to look up pictures of it, they'll put the Tremors worms on it.
Smoking with Small Town says, I think I met her once.
The worm can kill from a distance by... Oh, I already told you that. Yeah, the worm can kill from a distance by spewing yellow saliva and generating an electric charge. Even touching the creature can lead to an instant death.
What?
It travels underground and can be spotted by waves in the sand that appear on the surface of the desert. Could be wind. Could be wind going over the desert, right? Hibernates 10 months out of the year and comes out in June and July. It prefers the rainy season, and that's when it comes out in June, July. It likes the ground to be a little bit wet and likes rain to be falling from the sky.
In the desert?
Yep. It also preys on camels that'll lay eggs in its intestines, and before the eggs hatch, the whole camel will turn red. Experts claim that the desert is too hot for worms to survive, so they say the worm is a venomous snake or a venomous legless lizard. Their skin is an exoskeleton which molts whenever it's injured, right? In 1972, the Russians found a dead specimen, and they brought it to a museum in Russia to start studying it. In the basement, it up and disappeared, and nobody goes in the basement anymore because it is rumored that there is a Mongolian death worm living there. And
in the sandy basement?
No, in the basement. It just disappeared, so they think it's living in there. The basement doesn't have like concrete floor, so it's like dirt basement. Yeah, so they're
sandy floor.
Yeah. The people around the world doubt the existence of the creature, but if you ask a Mongolian, they do not consider it a mythical creature. They believe it's real, but nobody ever discovered it yet, because if you do discover it, you're probably dead.
Nobody got close enough.
Mongolian park rangers, Mongolian police officers, and even the Mongolian prime minister said that they have seen it, and these are very trustworthy people, and that's what makes they still believe it to this day.
Are you sure it's not a giant's penis?
Spews yellow stuff everywhere. Yeah, it's like, oh. Yeah, and it's called the intestine worm because it's like the size of The rumor is when somebody dies and their intestines spill on the field, it turns into worms. There's a whole bunch of weird shit about this.
That's because there's worms inside your intestine.
Yeah,
they say your intestine grows, just leaves.
Ringworm and shit going on.
That's real life. You got your whole intestine explodes because of the gas inside.
Right.
And then worms come out.
Oh, one of their ways of
Michigan native.
One of their ways of what is that called? Ambushing their prey.
Well, Neil says, I'll track it down. I can hear a flea fart from 1,000 feet.
I will hear the buggers through the sand. Yeah, one of their methods of ambushing their prey is sticking their tail out. You know how they can regrow back their exoskeleton. They stick their tail out of the ground. I said skin is an exoskeleton which molts whenever it's injured. It blows out its tail out of the dirt or the sand, and then it blows up the tail and it spews that yellow liquid too on people, and then they just they dissolve. They die.
Dissolve.
Yeah, they die. It's not. I wouldn't.
This has not been seen in real life. It's just a tale that some people think is real.
The Russians swear that they had a dead specimen of the Mongolian death
So that
worm.
part was true. That part was
Yep.
real. Okay.
And it was, and everything else is what the people say it is. But they're just hearing tales and shit passed down through the years. So, you know, maybe it's the fucking Gobi Desert's Bigfoot, you know? Yeah. That's the Earth Dweller of the day, people.
That's a creepy fucking Earth Dweller.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nasty looking thing, dude. I might have dated that once. I don't know.
That's what Smoking a Small Town said. I met her before, I think.
I met that lady. Fucking.
Looked like something a roommate might have drugged in.
Russians swear they're winning the Ukraine war, too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the thing. They might be. None of us will ever know the truth.
I don't even know what's going on in that anymore.
War.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Just power hungry.
Hey, for all we know, it could be fucking butterflies and rainbows over there, and we're being told there's war.
Yeah.
Just Russia wants to be bigger.
Yeah. Fucking.
Take over more land. Just strong arm them.
The news has been known to lie to us a few times, once or twice, I think.
Huh? All news is
The
real.
only news I watch is the Ron Paul Liberty Report.
Time to.
Every day at
Collapse
noon, pretty
most.
much. The Ron Paul Liberty Report.
Ron Paul, I would have voted for him back in the day, but
Yeah.
I'm not
I
going to
would
vote
be
for
rough.
his
I
son.
really do.
His son's different.
He's starting to get a little bit scatterbrained though.
I wish Jordan Peterson would run for president.
But I think he'd do better than what we've got going right now. Definitely.
Jordan Peterson and Joe Rogan.
There you go.
Well, Joe Rogan, people hate Joe Rogan now, so.
That's because
Why?
he's telling it like it is.
Why? Because CNN told us to?
Yep, exactly.
Yep.
Smithsonian Museum has dozens of giant skeletons that have just vanished over the years. Yeah, but then they go into the Vatican. Or they put them in fucking dinosaur skeletons.
There's probably some big black market on skeletons.
Dude! What if they're taking these giant like leg bones and putting them on dinosaurs and saying, oh, this is a dinosaur leg bone?
Or you're 3D printing it.
Antique shit sells like crazy, dude. There's a whole big black market for antiques and stuff like that, you know? I mean, I'm sure bones and everything else and skeletons are all in there. All the stuff from like back in China and whatnot that they had stored from ancient China and stuff. People have stolen parts of it and this and that. I'm sure there's a big market for it.
I believe everything I read on the internet. That's why I'm so smart. He even has a smartphone.
100 IQ phone.
Yeah, if I can't figure it out, I know my phone can.
I
'Cause
know
it's
that.
smart.
That's right.
Goggle it.
So
All you
At
gotta do
least
is
that's
goggle
what
it.
Google says.
Mm-hmm.
There are things Google won't tell you, though, I've noticed.
We making pipes out of them? Out of the death worm?
the bones. The bones.
Oh.
Like,
You'd probably dry up a death worm and make a cool bomb. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
I like how they say it didn't have a noticeable mouth, but they then explain how it had a scary mouth.
a big old fucking opening.
Yep. And every picture
Maybe
of it
that's
has
the
a
best.
giant. Yep.
Maybe it eats with its ass. I don't know. It doesn't have.
They say you can tell the ass from the face. They say you can because one
Really?
side opens and has teeth in it.
Turn it around.
I consider that a noticeable mouth. You know? That's crazy.
Mongolian death worm is televised in 2010. Film on the Sci-Fi Channel. There's books written about it.
And Tremors probably capped it. It might even be the same writer, you know, that did Tremors or something, or somebody that was associated from the first movie might have been.
Mongolian death worm. I got 1.5 stars. Must be trash.
The book?
The movie. The show, I mean.
It failed.
I've seen ass with teeth, so smoking with small town.
There wasn't a big sci-fi following at that time. They'd all gotten tired of like the Blob and all that shit, the Fly. And,
It's time to start doing the Mongolian death worm. Let's just fucking do something cool.
right.
Crazy. But
Did you guys ever watch Tremors?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I liked the first two.
I liked the first one. I think that's about it. Then they started growing wings and shit and molting.
What?
Yeah, and like 3, 4, and 5 and shit.
So I grew up and graduated in '90. So I mean, Footloose was like, up there. So Kevin Bacon was the thing. I thought he was a great actor in Footloose and whatnot. And so when he started hitting movies and Tremors and this and that, I was like, oh yeah. I didn't think he was as good in that as he was in Footloose, but it was still, it was a total different take and acting to do. But he's come a long way, that's for sure.
Sure
I
has.
like a lot of his movies.
Came
Kevin?
all the way.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon doesn't.
He's
is
the
he-
redhead in Footloose.
He's in
Is-
Footloose. He's
Oh,
in that.
any guy that drives the Volkswagen.
He's
He's
in
the
that
one that
bar
starts jamming all the music all the time that gets him in trouble.
That was Patrick Swayze. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I don't
Kevin
fucking
Bacon.
know. I never watched the movie anyway.
What other movies was Kevin?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I never watched Footloose, so I don't know. I know the one song, Footloose. That's about it. That's all about I know of that song or movie.
He was in the show The Following, which is a really good show.
He's been in 80 different movies. or
He was
more.
Hollow Man.
Yep, The Hollow Man was one of my favorites. That was a good one there, dude.
That was a good one.
Flatliners, I do remember that movie.
Flatliners was fucking killer, dude.
I have not
I
seen
read
that.
the book of Flatliners before I saw the movie. It was, that's
good.
pretty intense, dude.
Murder in the First, Mystic River, Sleepers, Stir of Echoes. That's a really good one.
Crazy
Wild
Stupid
Thing.
Love.
The
Was he in
Darkness,
Joyride?
Apollo 13, National Lampoons, Few Good Men.
What about Joyride?
X-Men? I don't see that one yet. I Love Dick. Black Mass. Friday the 13th.
Mystic River, Sleepers, A Few Good Men, Murder in the First, Apollo 13, Animal House, Footloose, JFK, X First Class,
Patriots Day.
Nixon, Planes, Trains, Automobiles, Tremors, Patriots Day, Diner,
Beauty
Stir of
Shop.
Echoes, Crazy Stupid Love, Death Sentence, The Woodsman, Friday the 13th, Digging in China, Flatliners, My Dog Skip, Black Mass, The Air I Breathe, Only When I Laugh, Starting Over, Rails and Ties, Wild Things, Super, Me One and Only, My One and Only, The River Wild, Where the Truth Lies, Cop Car, Hero at Large, Trapped, Jane Mansfield's Car, Telling Lies in America, 40 Deuce, Whitewater Summer, The Big Picture, Hollow Man, She's Having a Baby, Quicksilver. That was another good one too. I like that, where he's running through the city on the bikes and whatnot, doing delivery and shit. That was a badass movie. The bike
Never seen
there,
that one.
10 speeds and shit, one single gears, no brakes. That was fun. Enormous changes at the last minute. Queen's Logic, R.I.P.D., Novocaine, He Said, She Said, Criminal Law, Beauty Shop, The Air Up There, Picture Perfect, You Should Have Left, In the Cut, Loverboy, Elephant White, The Darkness, Duck, a film by Kevin Bacon, Tough Day, Saving Angelo, Beyond All Boundaries, Lemon Sky, The Little Sister, New York Sky Ride, Cave Dweller, End of the Line, These Vagabond Shoes, Pirates. And then it goes into TV movies.
Yep, he was on in Animal House
Yeah.
also. His first one, it says, his first
Animations,
job
Robot Chicken.
was a
Also?
TV show. 1951 was his first appearance.
Search for Tomorrow.
51?
Yep,
1951.
1951. Search for Tomorrow.
And then he didn't have anything after that until 1978. And then he just blew up.
Yeah. Yep.
Is
Yeah, a
Kevin
lot of
Bacon
good
still
movies.
alive?
Great actor. I don't believe so.
I don't know.
Oh, he's still alive, I believe. He has a disease, though.
Too much
he's-
bacon?
He's definitely still alive.
Tremors. He has a tremors anxiety.
'Cause
So
of the
he's
movie.
probably like a Parkinson's type thing or something like that.
Because of the movie. Tremors.
It's probably because of the drugs.
Oh.
I'm gonna guess it was probably more of the drugs in the movie.
Speaking of drugs, dude, some dude was walking down my street yelling at himself.
Just
What?
Just now?
Yesterday he was walking down the street and he was literally arguing with himself, and I was just like, holy shit, man.
Oh, he's a gem. Oh my God, guys! I never knew this in my life. His birthday's my birthday.
Oh, cool.
Oh. His birthday's next week.
On Wednesday. I always thought just Kanye West and me shared birthdays, but apparently me and Kevin Bacon do.
He recently said he's interested in doing another Tremors movie.
That'd be cool.
90 years old? Now he's going to be that old man with all them guns?
Yeah, but he's still looking pretty decent. I mean, 2014, he looked more like, I don't know, I would say Clint Eastwood, in his later days. But he was still acting like right along the way,
Right.
It's all just remembering your lines and knowing how to stand and stuff, I mean, most of it comes natural when you've been in so many damn movies.
Smoking with Small Town says he's only like 70.
Yeah, he is 60
For a movie, dude?
Yeah.
Tremors with Tremors? You know what I'm saying? Like, what?
I was trying to figure out what was wrong with him.
A lot of the Tremors thing they relate to if you can concentrate. Like my dad had Parkinson's, so he would do like scroll work, such as this.
Okay.
He would get out the scroll saw and he would cut things like this and make these up. And by able to concentrate, it would put his mind to a point where the tremors would go away and he wouldn't shake as bad.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I did say 20. Bill and Ted reboot. You said 90 though. That's a 20-year difference. That is a lot of years, The motherfucker was in a movie in fucking 1951, Papa. That dude's old.
20 is a long time, dude. 20 years. Fuck.
Yeah, dude, I'm only
Think
28.
how long it took you to get legal, to be able to buy alcohol. That was the longest wait in your lifetime.
It was, dude.
I mean, that was worse than waiting for a driver's license.
It's funny. I was so burnt out of alcohol when I could buy it, I stopped buying it, or I stopped wanting it.
Yeah, by the time I was legal, I was in the military, and I already. In Arizona, we were on post at 18 drinking, and then we went back up to Alaska and was back to 21 again. It sucked. We were like legal for a month and a half.
Like, dude, I just want to get drunk, but I can't.
Jeez, man.
You were 16 20 years ago, bro?
I was
Boy.
I was 16 like 24 years ago or some shit. No, 34 years ago. 34 years ago.
Jeez, dude. I was 16 less than 12 years ago. Or about 12 years ago. Shit, exactly 12 years ago. I'm sorry.
I was 16 about 16 years ago. Not really.
Sucks.
Not
So
really.
32
Almost,
years.
though.
32 years ago, I was in the Army then.
In the Army now.
1990.
Oh, work. Yeah, 6 to 15.
Motley Ford in the tank full of gas.
Was it
Tank full of
2005?
gas is a lot of money nowadays.
Head full of pussy and a mouth full of ice.
On what is that one about Eskimo pussy being? I don't know what I've been told.
I don't know, but I've been told Eskimo
pussy's
pussy's
mighty
mighty cold.
cold.
I don't know, but it's been said.
My first baby mama's grandma used to, out of nowhere, start singing that song. She was an older lady that would wear muumuus all the time, and that's the only thing she would wear. She lost her mind a little bit slowly. One of those wacky old ladies that you're like, Grandma, can you please stop talking?
Yeah, chill out, Graham.
She's over here telling all these strangers her whole life story in 5 minutes.
We were such nice people.
And the whole
Bless
time,
their soul.
Hey, Grandma, you wouldn't stop.
yeah, the whole time the people are like, oh, that's so nice.
Sure. Yeah.
20 minutes for that.
People.
Bless their soul. He's a fucking drug addict. Bless their soul. Like, Grandma, we know him. We know Uncle Tom, bro.
What was that funny pipe he was smoking?
Yeah.
No, I remember one time, trigger warning, he would be like, I don't know what's wrong with you kids nowadays. Sucking dick and eating pussy. We never thought about that stuff my age. We would never do something like that. I said, one day, she said it for like the 5th time, and finally I was like, yeah, because your guys' bushes are the size of Texas.
You'd have to get a weed whacker just to get to it.
She was a fun old lady.
It was nasty.
Oh, man. I'm ready to go to bed.
She didn't take no shit for no one either. She was a fun
Yeah, my dad wouldn't take pills for nothing. I mean, he didn't like to swallow pills or anything. One time when he was at Grandma's and the truck fell or something like that, landed on his shoulder or some shit. He's in the bathroom and she's over there over his head, pinching his fucking nose, shoving a pill down his fucking throat. I swear to God, at 7 years old, you're like, fuck, I ain't messing with Grandma.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, T-Rup's over there watching porn on live.
No, she was washing her dog.
Uh-huh. By dog, you mean her poodle?
Her poodle. Something.
She was cleaning out her poodle's bush.
Mm-hmm. Weed whacking it. Oh.
So,
don't go looking at shit
shower.
up.
I'll see you in a couple hours, brother.
All right. Love you guys.
Love
Don't
you.
go looking up Brazilian waxing on YouTube anymore. I'm telling you.
He's going through it.
That shit's bad. Yeah, she's been over there cooking food, man. He's dying right now.
He's tired. He's tired. And his mind's been racing ever since that fucking support group.
Well, he gets to get out tonight.
Yeah.
That'll be good. Y'all need to get him ready, man. He's excited.
I know. I'm going to message
give you guys
him
a whole
here.
bunch of shit to think about, so you can come up with lots of cool questions and shit.
I'm going to message him and remind him. I'm sure he doesn't need reminding, but.
Oh, no. I've been hitting him up here and there. Usually in the mornings and shit, there's nothing going on. He's been getting on like 4 o'clock in the morning his time, so that's like 7 our time. So usually I'm on there kind of listening in and smoking, waking, baking before I go to work.
Yeah, 'cause he barely sleeps.
Yeah, he said he was having bad nightmares again the other night. He was almost up like fucking 5-hour live stream through the middle of the night. So yeah,
Damn.
crazy stuff.
Got 2.5 hour drive here shortly.
Yeah, I was supposed to go on a ride this morning, and I was like, nope, shoulders hurt, and I'm not pushing it, man. I still got like another 10 days of work or some shit that I got to go through. So
See,
I'm
dude,
waiting.
every so often I get this urge of wanting a bike, and then every summer rolls around, and I just see people getting smashed by no fault of their own.
You got to be respectful on the bike. Definitely respect the bike.
I
If
know
you-
for a
if you
fact,
don't, you
bro,
get
I know
stupid.
there's
Yeah,
no doubt in my mind. If I get a motorcycle, I will die on the motorcycle.
there's
Like
been
I've
some
known
sketchy
this since
moments.
I was a little kid type shit. It's been I've grown up around motorcycles. My grandparents, my uncles, everybody had motors. My grandpa, my great grandpa for that matter, in Tennessee, when he died, the dude had a 2 mile long parade. All bikers. All bikers showed up
Well,
from all around the country. And it's always something that spoke to me, but I've always been very fearful of them.
nope. Yeah,
My grandpa
I've
died
been
on a motorcycle.
bicycling for years and years and years. So riding on the side of the road on a bicycle is
Morning, man.
that's like craziness compared. I mean, back in the day, we didn't wear helmets or nothing. I grew up. I was going to kindergarten, riding my bike in Southern California down like one of the main roads and whatnot. Hit a bump and swerved. Ended up getting hit by a car and thrown 20 feet at like 6 years old, dude. So yeah.
Only time I hit a car while I was riding a bike is I was doing one of these. And
Playing around.
Slammed into a parked car. I went up onto the hood and everything. I hurried up, I got off, and rode back down. Luckily, I don't know if anybody
seen you, right?
I didn't stick around to make sure. I was probably about that age too, about 8, 9 years old, something like that. But that's, you know, I would ride my bike around the country. You know, we're in the country, so I'd ride my bike for miles. I know for a fact if my mom knew that I rode my bike where I was riding my bike, I'd have been fucking in so much trouble. But I can't even imagine letting my kids ride their bikes the way I did back in the day. Like for real. I don't make my kids wear helmets or pads. If they want to, go
I
ahead.
did back in the day riding bicycle because we were riding through the town. If they were riding in the neighborhood or whatever, I didn't, do so much living in the trailer park. I didn't worry so much about riding in the neighborhood. But when it come to riding out there on the main roads and whatnot, it was like, no, put a helmet on. Since we put helmet laws into Michigan way back in the day or whatever. So I started putting it, they were growing up wearing helmets. If you're out riding long distance or something like that, put a helmet on. You don't know what car is going to pull out of a driveway or cut into a drive. You go flipping over, the first thing that's going to hit your head. Same thing with a motorcycle, man.
I've ridden from South Rockwood to the south of Monroe to
I did
Erie.
lots of miles without them.
Yeah, tons.
A long time. But took a lot of
half an hour
chances.
in a car type shit. That type of fucking drive.
Yeah.
Like I know, and my buddy one time he came all the way from Newport and went to Trenton. I ain't going to Trenton. I'll tell you that right now. I used to live in South Rockwood, and I would ride my bike through the back roads all the way to Monroe.
Yeah, it's changed a lot as far as the areas and everything
The only thing I'd have to worry about was dogs chasing me.
Yeah, now they got leash laws, so you don't have to worry about the dogs. You got to worry about the thugs and all that bullshit.
Dude, those dogs are still get you. Out in the country,
in the country, there's no law.
I've had German Shepherds chase me and try to bite my tires, dude. Dalmatians, those are my two words. I hate those dogs. I don't hate many things. I am not a fan at all of German Shepherds or Dalmatians. Fuck both of those breeds. Every time I'm ever around either of those, like Dalmatians want to hump the shit out of me every time I'm around. And then German Shepherds, I do not trust them, even though they're trustworthy dogs. And they're especially if you raise one, it'll die for you. But I've also been chased by too many of them. I've been as a 10-year-old, 12-year-old, just bike on a 10-speed as fast as I absolutely can, crying at the same time. Go away!
What's going on, Rat?
Back in the day, that was like the scariest thing. I would have to go by that dog every fucking time too.
It's like, man,
I just hoping it was on the leash. because when it
At
was,
least you're in the house for a change or something. Like, hopefully it's not out, man.
one time I went by and I got my buddies and I was like, this dog's out. We blah, blah. And then we drove back and then the lady had it on the leash and then yelled at us for fucking with her dog.
We used to get all kinds of dogs and shit, like delivering newspapers. We'd be riding the 10 speed or whatever. And man, there's certain yards where the dogs are always out in the backyard and the dogs are always just wanting to come running up to the fence and they're just lined up. And if you weren't paying attention, man, they'd scare the living shit right out of you doing it. You know, it's like, oh, that house was just like, you'd hated to go past it. Even
Send you from the sidewalk to the middle of the road. Yep. Oh, man. Well, it's time to go. Night Train, it's good to see you.
Yeah, man. Have a good time down there.
Tomorrow, we're going to be getting back late, so I don't know where we'll be tomorrow. I'll probably be from my phone tomorrow. It's Sunday.
I'm sure I'll be here.
Yes, sir. All right, everybody. Peace out. Dog
Enjoy,
walkers.
guys.
Have a great day.
Brought to you by Brain Jerk. Fuck yeah.
I'm with my people, man. I'm with the gang.